Greetings, everyone. I'm here to do a reality check because I think sometimes we're delusional and we really like to pretend like we don't know the truth when it's staring us right in front of our face. Okay, the first question on Google here is asking who owns JPS, that's Jamaica Public Service. A company, Marubeni Corporation of Japan and Korea East West Power, jointly owns 80% shares in the Jamaica Public Service Company Limited. The government of Jamaica and a small group of minority shareholders own the remaining shares. Okay, so this Japan and Korean company owns JPS. Pause. We're talking about the Trans-Jamaica Highway. It collected 7.1 billion in toll fees. This is a moneymaker in Jamaica, but it's not owned by Jamaica. It isn't. Yet, the people of Jamaica keeps this company as billionaires. Their profits are astounding. Next question, who owns the bauxite? And we just want to put this here, Jamaica sell bauxite alumina stake to China firm. Pause. Who owns the airport in Jamaica? This is the airport, Montego Bay. Jamaica is owned by this Spanish company. I don't want to botch their name. It's a subsidiary of a Mexico-based Grupo, whatever that is, with a 74.5% interest, and Vancouver, Canada-based Vantage Airport Group with the remaining 25.5%. Who owns the wharf in Jamaica? Chinese firm now has full control of Kingston Freeport Management Company, China Merchants Port Holding, which managed Kingston Freeport Terminal Limited, under a 30-year concession agreement with the government of Jamaica, now has full control. Pause. Airport Authority of Jamaica, NMIA Airport Limited, is the operator of the Norman Manley International Airport and is wholly owned subsidiary of Airport Authority of Jamaica, which was incorporated in 2003. The airport is expected under 30-year concession agreement with AAJ and is held to specific performance targets. So the Kingston Airport and the Norman Manley International Airport is owned by foreigners. And I think I answered the JPS question before, where it is owned by Korea and Japan, with Jamaica having 20% stakehold. The Radio Jamaica and Gleaner co-merger, and it's talking about the lessons of the media development nexus and safeguarding pluralism and community radio in small societies. Read that article on the Gleaner. The paper is looking at Jamaica's most significant media merger and probes the implication for media pluralism and media development nexus in densely populated small island context. RJR and Gleaner merge. And who owns this? We got the Portland Holding, and I believe this is Lee Chin. This Lee Chin have an holding limited. He has the Mandeville Groups, National Commercial Bank, NCB Financial Groups. And if you know, Lee Chin is that famous Jamaican who lived abroad. I think he was here in Canada at one point. I think he owned Mackenzie, and he has brought his expertise and his wealth to share in the island. He is Jamaican, but he's a private citizen, not a government person. This is what Jamaica owns, the prison, and I am not sure if they're the ones who actually run it, but this looks like something that they would run, to be honest with you. This is the prison. This is what it looks like. This is the hospital. This is what the hospital looks like. This is Jamaica roads. So as much as you have those beautiful highways and byways, this is what the average citizen have to deal with on a regular. Yes, it's not uncommon for Jamaican citizens to be dealing with this. So what I want to say here is the people fell asleep while the country was being sold. And now, as much as you claim Jamaica is your home, I want to say that it is your home, but you're just a tenant. And when you're coming out now, I think it's like putting the carriage in front of the horse. It's very late to be waking up to find out that you're now a tenant in a home that you thought was your own. So when you hear people talking these days, you have to ask the question, where were you? Because you were asleep, you were fast asleep. And even though the alarm bells was going up, you wouldn't wake up. And now that you're waking up, it is too late. That is not to say that people don't have the power or the ability to change their mind about certain situations. But what I'm saying to you, it's going to be a long fight. It is going to be very difficult because now you're not just a tenant, you're a squatter, because Jamaica does not belong to you. You have no say in how the country is run because you stood by and watched them sell it piece by piece. And as these ones who invested in the country came in and took their piece of the pie, you stood there, you saw what was happening, and you did nothing. You allowed the people, so-called people in power. These ones who are in power have no control now. They too are tenants. Some of them are just trying to secure their Judas money. But they're not in a position to stop anything because the owner for the yard is there, and they're the ones who are putting out their requests, or not requests, their demands, because requests would suggest that you have control over anything. You don't have control over anything at all, because the sea, the land, the bauxite or alumina, the resources of the island are owned by others. And if you are a tenant in my house, if you don't like my rules, then you can get out. Yes, I said it. You're a tenant. And you slept. And now that you're barely waking up, because many of you are still not awakened. Now, if you want to go out there and protest, you're going to have to go to the authority to ask them permission. Will they grant it to you? No, they won't. Okay? So the bad roads and water problems and JPS problems, it's of your own choosing, because you refused to address the ones who you put in power. And now the ones who own these things have taken root. Now, when they came out with the story about NIDS and people were saying no, I said that it was going to come back with a new name. And here we are. And so, unfortunately, when people, try to wake up the Jamaican people, they usually turn on them and curse them out. And so these ones are silent now because when they try to teach, you attack them. And now you must face the consequences. Nothing was hidden from before your eyes. You saw the transportation being taken over. You saw the ports being taken over. What did you think was going to happen? When you don't own the airport, you don't own the, electricity or the infrastructure of a country. When you allow a person to take all the resources or sell the resources, the airline was sold. Nothing is owned by the Jamaican government. The 51% that they claim Jamaica own in some of these things are useless to you as a people. Now you live with the consequences, and you face the fact that you're just caught in a place that you once thought was your home. The call for others to come and take a piece of the pie started a long time ago. Some behind closed doors, but a lot of it was announced and the people did nothing. And so right now, what I'm seeing is a milk splashed all across the ground, and there is nothing the people can do about it. So I'm just going to tell you, you are tenants, and you're not just tenants that are loved or appreciated. You're on that list to be terminated or to be evicted anytime soon. You did that. You allow that, Jamaican people. And so you're going to have to live with it. Stay blessed, everyone.